Hi guys, I know you're not looking at goats, but you're looking at Spot, the two geese. Oh, here comes Clyde and the male turkey. We're not going to talk about them this morning. We're going to talk about goats. Now, a lot of people have talked about, well, I got a goat. This is on the blogs, and the goat got sick, and then the baby died. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't sell my goats before they're 3, 4, 5, 6 months old. Why? Well, because I want them to be healthy, and if there is anything wrong with them, it will show up in the first 6 months. Also, you want them on a good feeding habit. You also want to make sure they're healthy as they could be. You want them semi-lovable because you want them also to be aware of predators. But when you buy a goat and you come pick it up, the goat is going through a type of shock. It's being taken away from its family. It's traveling for I don't know how long in a vehicle. Then it's put in a whole new pasture, maybe with or without somebody in it. And of course, you know, that's okay too, right? Right. Well, that's okay too. But that's when the goat starts feeling the trauma. And what do you mean by that? Well, you know, their their appetites change, their surroundings change. They start to get depressed. They'll start getting the runs. It's, even though you have grass and I have grass, our grass is different. Our dirt is different. Everything is different. So you got to remember that. Very importantly, you have to remember that. So when buying a goat, you also want to know what kind of goat you have. What is the reason for buying the goat? Now, if you buy one, that's sad. You've got to have another animal in there to keep them company. They are family oriented. They're herd oriented. So recommend is to buy two. Now, also, what's the purpose? If you want to become a breeder for whatever reason, that's fine. Do I need a purebred? No, you do not. Unless you're going to invest in big bucks in showing goats, then okay, yes. If you are breeding pets, no. Now, a lot of my goats go all over the place, but I was thinking about having them once a year, inviting those who bought goats, bring their goats back and do a little competition with the goats and letting them win a prize. That's down the future, but right now we're going to be doing this. So, also, when buying a goat, you got to find out what they eat. You got to be prepared in advance. So if you're going to buy a goat and you're going to buy a goat and you want it to be grass fed, like my pigs and my goats, as you can see, they're enjoying the brush. You don't want to buy a goat that's been raised on feed because they're going to have to do that's another trauma you're just added onto them. And truly, once you get a goat, you need a small pen a clean pen, so you can actually go in there, even if it's a little cot or a hammock in this little barn or area, and stay with them. Stay with them for at least 24 hours so they know you're there to protect them, that you're there to keep them safe, and that they're not alone. So that fence is on. So, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, these are important when buying a goat. So, say you want a goat that's grass fed. Mine are 99% grass fed. They get a cup of feed a day, and in that cup, it's like a treat. In that cup is their deworming, and they do have treats. Their probiotics, blah, 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 and their vitamins. So, bye, y'all. See you later. Miss you too. Dang. So I'm gonna turn this fence off a little bit because they're not gonna go near it. They haven't. I just want the battery to charge up. We don't get much sun back here, and today it's going to rain, so I want it to keep as much of its power as possible. As you can hear them, they know I'm out here, so you're gonna hear that noise. You're gonna hear that noise. They're way in the big pasture. They're like, if you notice, they stay together. They move as one. They are so they are hurt. So think about that before buying a goat. I'm so tired of reading I got these goats and they're not eating, and they're all over the place, and they're just standing in a corner. That's bad. There are steps to buying goats. Find out what kind of goat you want. What's your purpose for a goat? What do you want to feed them? And make sure you bring them from a place that's feeding them what you want them to eat. You can do it, but it's a major trauma to buy a goat that's fed on feed alone, which is bad, and say, here you go, start eating the grass. Don't work that way. They'll eat it, but they're going to cry and scream, not like this. This is normal. Acknowledgement's what that is. Yeah, so you want to be careful about doing that. And I say buying anything 2 months and younger. They're still babies, but yet they still need their mamas and they still need their herd. So mine now were born, in February. They were born in February. They're 5 months old, 6 months old. It's time. I did post them to see what kind of feedback I got on them. And I just told people, you can buy them now, but you can't pick them up for a couple months. They didn't like that. I wasn't going to resell them. So, yeah, I want to make sure they're healthy. I don't want them to go too soon. And I ask them what kind of setup they have. Well, I have. And, have you had experience with goats? A lot of people say, no, I just want a goat. You always got to get two. Always. If you don't have any. Or have another pasture animal in there. A sheep will do. A pig will do. Anything will do. But never put them in a pen by themselves. They get very depressed and bad things happen. I'm at the doorbell. Ta-ta for now. See you at the next video.